news. Today's news.
By Chick-fil-A.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. We've got about 2 months till winter hits, and health experts are now warning now's the time to get your COVID booster.
It is important to get the booster as it gives, first of all, broadened immunity to the Omicron variant. These are the variants that are spreading now, which are all subvariants of Omicron.
Dr. David Agus says COVID cases are expected to spike, but nationwide, we're not ready for a major outbreak. White House COVID response coordinator Dr. Ashish Jha says supplies are running out.
When Congress fails to do its job, we have to make some extremely difficult choices. We made the choice. We wanted to make sure we had enough vaccines for Americans. We wanted to make sure we had enough treatments for Americans. And that necessarily meant that we went into this winter without adequate stockpiles of either PPE or tests.
There's also a shortage on amoxicillin, which is typically used to treat bacterial infections in kids like strep throat. At least one drug maker is now curbing new orders to meet high demand. President Biden is warning Russia.
Russia would be making an incredibly serious mistake if we're to use a tactical nuclear weapon.
Fears of nuclear attacks are growing amid false claims that Ukraine plans to use a dirty bomb in the war. CBS's David Martin.
This time it comes as Russia is losing ground, and Vladimir Putin is warning he will use, quote, all necessary means to defend the territory he has taken and annexed from Ukraine. At any other time, it would be considered a standard exercise of Russia's nuclear forces. But nothing is standard about Putin's invasion of Ukraine.
President Biden says he's in constant contact with the Kremlin about a prisoner swap to get Paul Whelan and Brittany Griner back home, but there hasn't been much progress. This morning, a Russian court rejected Griner's appeal to shorten her 9-year prison sentence. New poll numbers show U.S. Senate candidates are neck and neck in Pennsylvania as they get set to debate some key issues affecting midterm voters tonight. Here's CBS's Natalie Brand.
In one of the most closely watched Senate races this season, Republican Dr. Mehmet Oz and Democratic Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman will face off tonight for their one and only debate. A new CBS News poll now considers the open Pennsylvania seat to be a virtual toss-up, with Fetterman clinging to a 2-point lead. 5G is a big concern again for air travel. CBS's Allison Keyes explains.
The FAA says aviation safety could be compromised if the FCC doesn't mandate operating limits in the C-band environment. It has long warned that the frequencies in that spectrum are dangerously close to those used by critical aircraft instruments, including radar altimeters.
Earlier this year, AT&T and Verizon agreed to limit 5G at airports. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dashcam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.